Welcome to the Unit 2 of Nigerian Peoples and Culture, titled Notable Ethnic Groups in Southern Nigeria. Introduction. In Unit 1, you have learnt about the notable ethnic groups in northern Nigeria. In this unit, we will be concentrating on notable ethnic groups in southern Nigeria, which includes Yoruba, Igbo, Bini, Itsekiri, and Izon. The focus will be on their origins and their socio-political organizations. 3.2 Learning Outcomes for Unit 2. When you have studied this unit, you should be able to 1. Define and use correctly all the key words printed in bold. 2. Identify the origins of the following ethnic groups: Yoruba, Igbo, Bini, Ijaw, and Itsekiri. 3. Outline the socio-political organizations of these cultures. 3.3 The Yoruba culture. The ethnic group now commonly referred to as the Yoruba have been identified by different names spanning millenniums and centuries. Pacheco Pereira identified them in 1500 as the Lucumi, while early missionary accounts of the 19th century referred to them as the Aku. Yoruba, which originally referred to the Oyo, began to be used for the generality of the group by the Europeans, and it has caught on. The earliest known account of their existence in the region, according to archaeological evidence, dates to around 9000 BCE, as revealed by human remains at Iwo-Eleru. However, their inability to develop arts of writing early in their history gave rise to fables and conflicting accounts of their origin. RCC law traced the first written account of Yoruba origin to the second Sultan of the Sokoto Caliphate, Sultan Mohammed Bello. In his writing, Infaq al-Maisuri, Bello, in his version in 1812, stated that the Yoruba derived from Nimrod, a descendant of the cursed Ham who fled Mecca while resisting Islam. This account was later appropriated by New Oyo Palace historians, who expanded it to identify Nimrod as Lamurudu, whom they now referred to as the father of Oduduwa, the acclaimed progenitor of the Yoruba. Samuel Johnson, on his part, adapted this account but replaced the Meccan origin with Egyptian Coptic Christians. Another myth of the Yoruba origin alleged that Oduduwa descended from heaven sent by God to create the earth. That Oduduwa's first point of arrival on earth was Ile-Ife, hence the notion that Ile-Ife is the center of the earth. What is, however, certain is the fact that the Yoruba are indigenous to southwest Nigeria. The Itsekiri are their kins. They constitute a sizable population of Middle Belt states of Kwara and Kogi. There are indigenous Yoruba in Edo State. Until the colonial conquest of Africa, the Yoruba region extended from Benin Republic to parts of Togo. A sizable number also settled in Sudan, en route to or from Mecca. The transatlantic slave trade also led to their forced migration to the Americas, where Yoruba cultural traditions have endured to the present in Brazil as Lucumi, in Trinidad and Tobago, and in Cuba, amongst many other places. In Nigeria, the Yoruba constitute a homogeneous socio-linguistic and cultural group. Their language belongs to the Niger-Congo language family and shares basic characteristics with the Igbo, Edo, Fulani, Bariba, Efik, Yukun, among other groups. Ile-Ife developed a centralized state system, complex artistic and craftsmanship abilities, socio-cultural and religious practices, as well as economic versatility. It became a cultural and political model for other Yoruba communities, which began to replicate the Ife model in their domains. Ile-Ife became the spiritual motherland of the Yoruba. However, Oyo soon developed a more complex political and military system. The Yoruba political system is very complex. The Oba, king, is an absolute ruler with divine authority. Yet his powers are checked by various institutions such as the Council of Chiefs, the Oyomesi, hereditary advisors in Oyo in particular and ILU in other Yoruba lands, the Ogboni Society, IFA divination, and sometimes by mass rebellion or rejection of his authority or person. Any member of the Council of Chiefs could in turn be deposed by the king. Kingship rotates among several royal houses, hence the son of a reigning king cannot succeed his father. A paramount ruler, the king, seldom appeared in public and was not commonly accessible to his subjects. His subordinate chiefs administered the quarters, villages, the towns, and other domains on his behalf, yet each of the chiefs has specific traditional duties limited to each of them alone. Yoruba settlement had the Oba's palace in the center. Village heads, Baal, are subject to the king through his chiefs, while lineage heads, Baal and Mogaji in Ibadan, administer the quarters and the wards, but are subjected to the immediate higher head. Youths and quarter children have their roles and rights. The rights of women are assured as their leader is an official member of the Council of Chiefs. Marriage among the Yoruba was exogenous, hence it was not a mere event between two individuals, but an event involving two previously unrelated families. After betrothal, a man must not only give presents to his future wife, but also should help her father on his farm or when building a house. The would-be in-law also plays an important role in funeral rites. The Yoruba operate patrilineal societies. Polygamy is a common feature among the Yoruba. Apart from farming, the Yoruba were also traders and craftsmen. Cooperative efforts used in farming include aro and awa. The aro's form of labor mobilization was reciprocal in that farmer who was assisted to weed his farm or build his house today would be called upon tomorrow to render similar service, while the awe was not reciprocal. Drumming and feasting would normally follow after the execution of an aw or an aro task. Generally speaking, even strangers did have access to land for farming purposes through isakole, that is, land rent charge. Likely asked question and answer. Question. By now you have learnt about different origins of the Yoruba. What are these origins? Answer. You may have thought of the following. 1. Nimrod. 2. Egypt, Coptic, and 3. Oduduwa.